Are you looking for an incredible travel backpack that you can take with you on your next vacation? My name is Andrew Lindsay, and I have a goal of traveling the world and helping other travelers do the same. And I put out a video like this every single week to help travelers. So if you enjoy this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that notifications bell so that way you never miss a video. And today I'm going to be doing a review of the Atlas Travel Backpack from Level8. I recently partnered up with Level8 and they sent me this incredible travel backpack. And I'm going to be going over the pros and cons of this backpack so that way you guys can make an educated decision on whether or not you want to buy this backpack as opposed to a different travel backpack. So let's jump right in. The first major pro of this travel backpack is the fact that it actually has a fair price. So I decided to look up online some other popular brands just to see what the prices were of a good travel backpack. And on average, if you're going to be spending, a decent amount of money on a good quality backpack, you're probably going to be spending anywhere from around $180 to $300. And I got some good news for you. This backpack actually comes in at $129. So we've already got a competitive price right out the gate, which definitely makes this a good option if you are looking for a good quality travel backpack on a budget. The next cool thing about this travel backpack is the material that it's made out of. First off, let's start off with the handle. So this handle here is actually, pretty tough. It's got a pretty comfortable handle. And then on top of that, I don't know if you guys can see it here, but it's actually got like a metal type of cable here. So it's actually really sturdy and it's even like kind of bolted into the sides here. So this really isn't going to be going anywhere, and it's quite comfortable to hold. Some backpacks you hold the strap on the top, and if it's pretty heavy it can actually hurt your hand, but this one's really comfortable to hold. So that's a nicety with this backpack if you're carrying it with the handle. The next pro to this backpack is the fact that it is water resistant. So I haven't had the opportunity to take this thing out in the rain and see if it's completely and totally water resistant just to be sure. But what I did do is I took a bottle of water and I actually just poured it on the backpack to see how water resistant it might be. And the fabric right on the front here just completely repelled the water. And the fabric on top did get a little wet, but on the inside of the backpack, none of the water really seeped through and nothing on the inside of my backpack got wet, which, was pretty cool. Means that I'm not gonna have to worry about anything in my backpack getting soaked with this one. The next major pro of this backpack is how many storage compartments it has. In fact, on the website, it says it has a total of 26 storage compartments in this backpack, which is pretty cool. And I'm just gonna break them down for you real quick. So first off, you've got your back pocket, which has a really cool laptop case holder in the back that's got this really good, nice, comfy material that's going to protect your laptop. It's, nice and tough, nice and thick. And I stuck my laptop in here, it held firm, and inside of here is actually pretty tight. So whenever you stick a laptop, an iPad, anything in there, it's not really gonna wiggle around much. It's actually gonna be held in place. And with the quality of this padding, the laptop on the inside of it's not really gonna get dented, it's not gonna get messed up. I don't know about you, but sometimes when I have a backpack, I'm a little careless with it, kind of toss it around a little bit. And if I have a MacBook in my backpack, then it's going to be protected with this material, which is really cool. Another cool thing that you may have noticed is that this thing opens up completely flat, which makes, putting your clothes inside of this thing or anything else that you want to put super easy. You can just fold it out flat, put stuff on top, and then close it right up, which is super cool. Also got another little pocket here that you can fit clothes or fit whatever you want to fit in there. The next pro that we have with this backpack is the fact that it is checkpoint friendly. So you can have your laptop in here, you can have it in this pocket right here, and you can lay the backpack out flat, and then you can have it go through the checkpoint, get x-rayed without having to take your laptop out of the bag. So just know that it's checkpoint friendly, which I think is really cool because I never like having to take my electronics out of a backpack. Now, real quick, if you're enjoying this video, I wanted to mention my free resource, the Ultimate Budget Travel Guide. I created this free resource so that way you would have a list of dream destinations that you could go to on a budget, as well as all the resources that you needed to plan your entire trip without breaking the bank. And on top of that, this is an ever-growing free resource. So every time I update it, you will get an email with the updated version letting you know that it's been updated so you can download it. And if you want to pick this up, you can do so by clicking the link in the description of this video. Now let's get on to the next pro of the Atlas Travel Backpack. Next up, you've got the front pocket here, and inside the front pocket, you've obviously got room all the way down to the bottom, but it's really hard to see. I know it is on camera, but there's actually a little storage space right in here that you can slip your hand into, like another pocket inside of this storage slot. And then you've got, on the inside here, you've got a little zip up compartment. So you've got two little compartments in here where you can store stuff on the inside, and then all the space all the way down to the bottom of the backpack, which gives you plenty of storage space. On top of that, you've got a really cool little pocket on top, which is actually quite deep. You can literally stick your whole hand in this pocket, and the other backpack that I had did not have that much storage in the top pocket. It only went in a few inches, but this one goes all the way down to my wrist, so it's quite deep. You can stick just about anything that you need in this top pocket for easy access. The next pocket that we have is actually the front pocket, which I think is the coolest pocket. And what you have in here is you've got a little slot here for like a passport, maybe a wallet. I know it's a little hard to see because the bag is all black, but you've also got a little slot here where you could stick maybe a phone charger, a portable phone charger. You've got a couple slots here where you could stick like maybe a couple pins, and then you've got another little zip up compartment right here where you can stick even more stuff, and you can stick pretty much your whole hand in it. On top of that, on the sides, you've got a couple water bottle holders on each side, which is pretty cool, and they zip up here, so that way this fabric inside of here actually doesn't get ripped up. It's not exposed to everything on the outside where it's gonna get ripped up. On my other backpack, the cup holders were exposed, and they just got ripped up, torn up, and here they actually zip up, which is pretty cool, leaving them protected. The next pro of this backpack is the fact that it's got back padding, so you guys can kind of see under the straps here on each side, you've got padding, which makes this super comfortable to wear, and it also allows good airflow, so that way wearing the backpack doesn't get super hot while you're wearing it. And on top of that, you've got padded shoulder straps, which is really nice, really comfortable. Wearing this backpack is actually pretty comfortable, especially compared to the backpack I was using. The backpack I had before was not a travel backpack, and I can definitely tell the difference between the quality of that one versus this one. This is very comfortable to wear, and these are shock absorbing padded shoulder straps, just making this very comfortable if you're gonna be hiking, gonna be walking, or just carrying it through the airport all the time. Now let's move on to the cons of this backpack, and I really don't have that many, but there are a couple that I just wanna cover just so you guys know that they're there. And the first con that I'm going to mention, and this is kind of a con depending on whether it's important to you or not, but this backpack does not have any hip straps. So if you were wanting a backpack that has hip straps, then just know that this backpack does not have that. So just be aware. So the next con of this backpack, and this is kind of probably the biggest con that I have with this backpack, is that it could be more spacious. So they kind of traded spaciousness for organization with this backpack. And so with my other backpack, I used to literally shove like as much as I could in there. Sometimes I'd shove like, multiple pairs of clothes, all my essentials like toothpaste and deodorant and all that in a bag. I'd shove that in there. I'd shove sometimes an extra pair of shoes and even a Nintendo Switch, and I'd manage to make it all fit. And unfortunately with this backpack, I'm just not going to be able to shove all those things in there. However, I did test to see how much stuff I could get in here. I was able to get a couple pairs of pants, a few shirts, obviously socks, underwear, things like that. I was able to get my essentials in there. I was able to get my Nintendo Switch in there, and I was able to pretty much just get everything that I absolutely needed. I was not able to get a second pair of shoes, but overall this backpack does have enough space to carry everything that you're gonna need, but it does have a little less space than the backpack I was using. The next con that I have with this backpack is the water bottle holders are actually a little loose. So, I mentioned these earlier, but these water bottle holders in here are actually a little bit baggy in a way. So I tested this with a standard just bottled water bottle and stuck it in there, and it held well enough, but it definitely wasn't being like held much by this like net. And I tried this with my collapsible travel water bottle that I like to use, and it also held okay, but it certainly wasn't being held very much by this net. And it very easily could have fallen out had I like left it in there like that and I was hiking or something. It totally probably would have fell out. So just a heads up, maybe I wasn't using the right size water bottle with these pockets because maybe I needed to use a bigger one. But I just wanted to let you guys know the two different kind of water bottles that I tried with this. It was a little loose, but you can always use these pockets for other things if you want. You could maybe, throw some other smaller essentials in here and just not put a water bottle in there. But if that's important to you, wanted to let you know that is a personal con for me with this backpack. The next con for this backpack that I will say is that it is an only top loading backpack. So this is not a front loading backpack. So if you're somebody that just has a bunch of stuff in your bag and you're like, man, I really need to get to that pair of socks that's at the bottom of my bag, well, you're gonna have to go through the top of the bag. You're not gonna have a front zipper where you can just access under all that stuff, super easy. However, because this backpack literally just folds right out, if you have something in this pocket, for example, you can literally just unzip it all the way, fold it right out, get what you need, close it right back up, and that kind of makes up for the fact that it's not a front-loading backpack. But I just wanted to let you know, if that's important to you, then just know this is a top-loading backpack. And the next con that I have with this backpack is a super small one. I mean, this is literally nitpicky, but it does not have a phone charger cable coming out of the backpack. Now, disclaimer, I didn't even have a phone charger cable coming out of my other backpack, and this really isn't that important to me, but the reason that I mention it is because their cheaper backpack actually does have this feature, and for some reason the more expensive one doesn't. I don't know why they didn't do that, and I would have liked to have had it. I certainly don't need it. It's definitely something that I can live without, but it is something that if I could have had it, I would have loved to have had a phone charger cable sticking out of my backpack so I could just charge my phone out of my backpack. Not a very big deal, but I just wanted to mention it. So what is my conclusion on this backpack? Overall, I would say it is definitely a great choice for a travel backpack. And my favorite things about it is obviously the fact that you have a high quality storage compartment for your laptop, all the organization, the fact that it's very comfortable to wear, it's water resistant, it's definitely designed in such a way to protect your stuff and to be overall a comfortable backpack with a lot of organization. Now, obviously there were a few cons that I mentioned, but most of the cons that I mentioned I feel are pretty small cons and just kind of nitpicky. In my personal opinion, the biggest con that I mentioned was the fact that it's not as spacious as some backpacks, but depending on what you like to store in a backpack while you're traveling, that may not even be that big of a deal to you. And honestly, if you're trying to store a bunch of stuff in a backpack, then you probably just need to be using a luggage case instead of a backpack. So overall, I would give this backpack, I don't know, I'd say maybe a solid 4 or 4.5 out of 5 stars. And I definitely recommend it if you're looking for a great travel backpack on a budget. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want to pick up the Atlas Travel Backpack, there will be a link in the description of this video so that way you can go pick it up. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, leave me a comment, and be sure to share it with somebody else who could use a travel backpack. And of course, before this video comes to an end, I wanted to mention my free resource, the Ultimate Budget Travel Guide, one more time. If you want to pick this up, you can do so by clicking the link in the description of the video as well. And I will see you guys next week. Peace.